Our next MSW speaker is Danielle de Milo, exceptional healthcare social worker. Is that behavioral health? Come forward.
Okay, I'm not known for being brief, but for you tonight I will try. Sorry. When looking back on these 2 years at ASU School of Social Work, I can't help but think of the show Survivor. For those of you who don't know it, it's a reality TV series in which a bunch of people are flown off to an exotic island and then cast away to survive in the wild with many challenges along the way. When we came together at student orientation, we were all strangers, cast away in a school that was unknown to us, tasked to learn as much as we could about social work practice and ourselves. We all have our own unique and amazing stories. Some of us earned a stipend to work for Child Protective Services. Bless you all. Others came in as directors of nonprofit organizations, case managers and counselors of behavioral health networks. Some came in having already put in a grant to start our own nonprofit. Many of us have traveled the world. Some were born in other countries, and others lived abroad and realized how good we have it here in the United States. It has given us perspective and has given us the drive to advocate for vulnerable populations. Some of us are artists, environmentalists, writers, actors, and yes, comedians. We bring with us our own experiences of hardship, as well as that of strength, hope, and compassion. Everyone in the show in Survivor had an idea of how they use the $1 million once they got it. That's what the sole survivor gets, $1 million. In the same way, we all have a purpose for earning our masters. Some of us want to protect our youth from abuse and neglect, and others want to serve our nation's veterans. Some of us want to start a private practice, or become a professor or a researcher. Some of us want to advocate for the rights of sexual minorities, or create an animal-assisted therapy model, as well as culturally competent therapeutic methods, health programs in rural communities, and treatment facilities for teens with addiction. And some of us, like me, are just hoping to get a job as soon as possible. Doesn't matter where it is. Many of our professors have said, we are a group of overachievers. So we're not willing to stop at average. Like the players on Survivor, I'm going to take this off. We each use our own strategies to succeed in this program. Fortunately, we don't have to resort to lying, stealing, or kicking people off the island. Well, not all the time. Many of us have tried bargaining with our professors. We've asked for less Quizlets. That's what Dr. Wood calls our quizzes. No final, or open notes on our tests. And one person, and you know who you are, has even developed a chart so the professors know exactly how much reading we have every semester. Some of us would try distraction, using our humor or astonishing wit, and engage in a philosophical debate about ethical dilemma, or whether or not we really care about our grades. I know you guys do. A lot of us just go with the flow, and as they say in Survivor, hide behind the radar. Or make sure that they complete all of their assignments at least 2 months early. You know who you are too. For survivors lucky enough to win a reward challenge, sometimes they get to meet with the natives and learn how to start a fire or identify edible fruit. This is kind of like our professors. They've guided us through the rough terrain, otherwise known as research methods in the DSM-4, and they've taught us how to put theory into practice. I'll never forget some of the words that they've said. Always think critically. Practice mindfulness. Make sure there's a match between the individual and their community resources. Meet the client where they are. And most importantly, take care of yourself. That one I should have thought of before I decided to write a thesis. In Survivor, each player usually arrives with some strengths. Some are good at cooking, others swimming, and this is the same with our school. For instance, when the TV or projector wouldn't work, we knew who to go to. Dane? If we ever wanted some fancy PowerPoint pictures, or someone willing to be in our PowerPoint, we also knew who to go to. We had experts in Native American and Latino culture, healthcare, acupuncture, trauma, and the prison system. And when we were hoping for a snack, we could usually count on someone to bring some tasty treats like cupcakes or peanut butter fingers. In Survivor, the challenges were like obstacle courses, often requiring team cohesion to complete efficiently. This was true with us, not only with our group projects, but we had to step outside our comfort zones and actually participate as clients in our own group therapy. But that's not all. We had to tape ourselves doing therapy, role play in front of the whole class, teach a chapter on critical thinking, conduct a thorough diagnostic assessment of a pretend client, test the effectiveness of our interventions, and then put everything we learned together in a 60-page paper for integrated seminar. Yeah, we all act like we got it covered, but it wasn't easy. In Survivor, many days of little sleep, hunger, and time away from loved ones can take a toll on their bodies and their minds. Toward the end of every semester, when we're all sleep-deprived and hungry, fighting over the last computer, and we've already grazed on all of Dr. Nichols' healthy snacks, we recognize how this program challenges us both emotionally and intellectually. After all, we've poured our hearts into our work, and it's not just us. Many of us have families, children, and full or part-time jobs. Some of us have had to sacrifice time away as parents, quit our jobs, or cut back on our hours. We've also sacrificed money. Yeah, if you can find a job in social work that pays as much as computer engineering, please call me. But we've done so much because we are passionate about helping others and making the playing field just a little more level for those less fortunate. And because social work is about human connections, I think it's important to take a moment now to thank our own families. Without the sacrifices you have made, we wouldn't be up here today. And my mom made me add this, but I'd also like to thank my husband, Toby, for your unbelievable support. So now as we exit ASU School of Social Work, ready to launch our careers, in this economy, to be honest, I do feel like I'm competing against my classmates against the $1 million job. But this is not how our experience is. It actually differs from that of Survivor. Because we can all win the million, well, metaphorically speaking. I have the confidence that each and every one of us will be able to fulfill our purpose for choosing our career. And most importantly, we now have a group of pretty smart colleagues. And I can't speak for everyone, but I've really developed some long-lasting friendships. We have learned not only from the professors, but from each other. And now, by example, we can inspire new people to join us in our cause, to follow those core values we learned since day one. Help people in need, challenge social injustice, and protect the rights and dignity of all people. Thank you.
And now we come for the moment for which everyone has come for. Your parents, your partners, your children. We all come to honor the students this evening. The students will be coming up on stage. They're looking for Terry.